Lesson 3.5, Arithmetic Sequences as Linear Functions. Here's a definition. Sequence. A sequence is a set of numbers in a specific order that follow a pattern. And the difference between successive terms is called the common difference. Number 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Well, we can see that the difference between 3 and 5 is positive 2. The difference between 5 and 7 is positive 2. The difference between 7 and 9 is positive 2. So we can say that the common difference is positive 2. To find the next three terms, we have to just continue in the sequence. So 9 plus 2 is 11. 11 plus 2 is 13. Sorry about that. Is 13, and 13 plus 2 is 15. So those are the next three terms in the sequence. Okay, let's look at the next one. Try that one on your own. Pause the video now. Okay, this is an arithmetic sequence. The common difference is -4. From term to term, there's 4 being subtracted, or -4 being added. And the next three terms for this sequence are 17, 13, and 9. Okay, determine whether each sequence is an arithmetic sequence. Remember that an arithmetic sequence has a common difference. So we have to look at the sequence and determine whether it has a common difference. So the first term here is -26. The second term is -22. So I can see that there's been 4 added. Then the next term is -18, so there's another 4 that was added. And here we have another 4 that was added. So the answer there is yes, it is an arithmetic sequence. Look at number 4 with me. 1, 4, 9, 25. Although this does follow a pattern, it is a sequence, but it is not an arithmetic sequence because there is not a common difference between each successive term. Okay? From 1 to 4, we added 3. From 4 to 9, we added 5. And from 9 to 25, you added 16. So there is not a common difference. The answer is no, this is not an arithmetic sequence. But if you look at this, it is a sequence because here it's 1 squared, 2 squared, 3 squared. Well, it should have had a 16 in between. But either way, this is not an arithmetic sequence, which is the question. Okay, let's look at number 5 now. Number 5. 1/2, 5/8, 3/4, 3/16. Well, in order to evaluate or to determine whether this has a common difference or not, I think the first thing we need to do is get everybody to have the same denominator. Okay, if everyone has the same denominator, then we can properly evaluate this. So the least common denominator is 16, 3/16. 3/4. 3/4 is 12/16. 5/8 is 10/16, and 1/2 is 8/16. So here we have 2/16 being added, 2/16 being added, but here that's broken down. This 3/16 is a way smaller number. So again, this is not an arithmetic sequence. It breaks down right here. Okay. All right, take down these notes, please. To find the nth term of an arithmetic sequence, here's the formula that you will need. A with the subscript n is the nth term. We'll call that the nth term. Equals A1, subscript 1, which is the first term, plus, and then in parentheses, n minus 1, close parentheses, times d. D stands for the common difference. Please write it down. A subscript 1 we'll call the first term. A subscript n we'll call the nth term. And d is the common difference. So what you will do is, again, you will, in order to find the nth term, you will take the first term, you will add the nth term minus 1, multiply it times the common difference. Okay, here are some steps that will help you to find the nth term of the common difference. Step number 1, find the common difference of the sequence. Step number 2, write down the equation that I just gave you for the nth term. And step number 3, you're going to substitute values for n, A subscript 1, which is the first term, and d for the common difference. So take a moment to write that down. And then copy down question number 6. We're going to work on finding the 15th term of this sequence. Okay. First thing I want you to note is that there is a common difference here of negative 13. So I know that d, the common difference, is negative 13. This is my sequence. I can number my terms as follows. This is the first term, the second term, the third term, the fourth term. So my first term is 3. Okay, and because I'm asked to find the 15th term, n is 15. All right, let's plug these numbers into the equation that I just gave you. To find the nth term, we will take the first term, add n minus 1, and multiply that times the common difference. So now, let's go ahead and substitute negative 13 for d, 3 for the first term, and 15 for n. Okay, here we go. A15, which is what we're looking for, equals, the first term is 3 plus n is 15 minus 1 times the common difference, which is negative 13. Okay, we must always follow order of operations. So the 15th term equals 3 plus 15 minus 1 is 14 times negative 13. Okay, let's multiply now. The 15th term equals 3 plus negative 182, and so we can say that the 15th term is negative 179. And so instead of completing this term up to the 15th term, we can use this equation to solve it way quicker. Okay? All right, let's look at number 7. Number 7, which term of the sequence is negative 114? And you've got to refer to this sequence here, number 6. So now we're not looking for the nth term. What we're looking for is which term of the sequence is 115. So I gave you a hint. The nth term is negative 114, and we're looking for what term that is, what n is. So let's go ahead and substitute. The nth term is negative 114 equals, the first term is 3, plus, we don't know n minus 1, but we do know the common difference is negative 13. Okay, let's solve for n now. All right, the first thing we need to do here, of course, is going to be to distribute the negative 13. So let's rewrite this. Negative 114 equals 3 plus negative 13n plus 13. Let's combine like terms. We can combine the 3 with the 13, and let's rewrite this. Negative 114 equals negative 13n plus 16. Let's subtract 16 from both sides. Okay, so we have negative 130 equals negative 13n. And to solve, we're going to divide both sides by negative 13, and we find that 10 equals n. So it would be the 10th term. Okay, let's do some extra practice independently. On this sheet, you're going to do number 2, number 4, 6, 7, and 9. Read the directions for each section, please, and follow them. Okay, here you're going to write yes or no. Is each sequence an arithmetic? Is at each an arithmetic sequence, and explain. Here you're going to find the next 3 terms of each arithmetic sequence. And here you're going to write an equation for the nth term of the arithmetic sequence, and then graph the first 5 terms of the sequence. Okay, I'm not going to have you do the graphing part. Just simply write an equation for the nth term of each arithmetic sequence. Okay, number 1 on this sheet. Okay, the question here is asking, write a function to represent this arithmetic sequence. You're going to write the equation. Alrighty, tomorrow we'll continue working on this. God bless you. Have a great night.